Hi, this is Roman.
And Angel.
And Nora, the editor.
And you're listening to Cinema Strolls.
The film podcast about forming an opinion and regretting it later.
Or not.
Or not.
Alright, so we just watched Bugonia by everyone's favorite director, Yorgos Lanthimos.
Is it your favorite director?
Definitely not. I think this is going to be more your episode in a way because I haven't seen the original Korean film that this one is based on. And you can tell me how much it sticks to it or if it takes the basic premise of it and goes in a completely different direction. Does it? Or
Well, I don't remember much of it.
does it
Because I've
end
seen,
in the same place?
Yes.
Okay.
Without giving any spoilers, yes.
Okay, but
The
we
feeling
actually
is different.
we'll have to give some spoilers. I
Yes.
think
But you
there's
want to
no.
talk about it a little bit before we
Of course,
get into the
of
spoilers?
course.
This is based on a Korean film called Save the Green Planet from 2004 or 5. I don't remember exactly. I remember seeing it at university and I remember loving it.
Okay,
Thinking it's very fun. It's
it's a comedy, right?
It's a very dark comedy. One thing I remembered is that there was a lot of torture. Like some people were talking about it, kind of like almost like a hostel, like a torture porn film. Which
Okay.
is not the way I say, but I remember there was a lot of the guy who is trapped.
So it's a guy in the Korean
in the
film.
In the original, it is a man
Mm-hmm.
being kidnapped by a single person.
Okay.
So there's not two of them,
Okay.
because here we have like Teddy and
Mhm.
Donnie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Teddy is the character of Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. He's
And-
the mastermind behind it.
Yes, in the Korean film, as far as I remember, it's only Teddy.
Okay.
So there's not his cousin Donnie, and it's the person who's been kidnapped and considered to be alien and tortured in order to admit being an alien
Mm-hmm.
is a man.
Okay.
And we almost don't leave the house
Okay.
in the original, as far as I remember. Bear in mind, please, I haven't seen the film in very, very long time, more than 15 years now.
Okay.
All I remember is just vague stuff. I remember the ending, and I remember really liking it. And thinking
Mhm.
it's very well made, and creepy, and when the torture is on, it makes you feel very squeamish, and then you laugh at it because it's so absurd.
Mm-hmm.
So, very good film. This one takes a different approach. It's much longer. It gives you a lot more backstory.
Mm-hmm.
This one actually,
So the Jesse Plemons character he's been through a lot, I guess.
Yeah.
He's traumatized and he believes that the Emma Stone character, who is a CEO of not a biotech company.
some kind of a Monsanto,
I thought it was more like a pharma type of
some
thing.
kind. Yeah, I
It's a
feel
bit
like
vague, maybe.
Yes, it's vague on purpose, I'm sure. So you can
Yeah.
project on it. Is
And,
it Bayer?
yeah.
Is it Monsanto?
Yeah,
is
and
it
he's
one of those?
convinced that she's.
Or the I'm sorry, what was the huge scandal with the opioid, the Sackler family,
Okay.
right? I'm sure that's there as well because some medical experiment.
Okay.
So you can read into it whatever you like, big pharma, big agro,
Yeah.
big.
And his mom
Anything.
was addicted to opioids, and I guess they tried to cure her with an experimental drug, which backfired. And we later find out that his mom is still alive, but she's in a coma.
Yeah.
And he has become convinced that the CEO character is an alien from the planet Andromeda,
From the galaxy.
from the galaxy Andromeda, and a classic reptilian in charge of the world kind of situation.
And they name drop a lot of conspiracies, a lot
Yeah.
of very current things.
Yes,
which
they do name drop a lot of things,
Yeah.
which kind of led me to believe that the film would have more to say, which I don't feel like it's. I mean, at a certain point, I realized, oh wait, I'm just supposed to maybe enjoy this as a horror/thriller first, and then stop worrying about messages so much, and just sort of surrender to it, because I felt like it wasn't really making much. Like a very cohesive point about.
I feel like it was making a very straightforward very direct point.
Yeah, which
But
is
we can get to that later on, maybe after the spoilers, if you don't mind.
okay.
But-
But I'm a bit angry though, so I want to get to the spoilers.
Okay, so the movies. So let's get to the spoilers. But first, I want to say a few things. I love
Okay.
the way it's shot.
Sure.
I feel like everybody.
And
was
the actors
acting
are
very well.
amazing, of course. Yeah,
Very well.
Jesse Plemons is an amazing actor.
And something I'm wondering if it's on purpose. A lot of the shots of Emma Stone with the shaved head
Yes.
really reminded me of The Passions of Joan of Arc
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
by Carl Theodor Dreyer.
Yeah. Yeah. yeah.
I felt that was intentional on his part.
Sure. And she's amazing.
And she's very good.
There's
Everybody's
also
very good.
a very bizarre cameo by Stavros,
Yes.
the YouTube comedian who, being a lefty, was stunt casted in this film as I guess a disgusting cop.
Yeah.
And you don't really realize how disgusting he is at first until
No,
you-
I started picking up on it.
he keeps trying
immediately
to apologize clearly
for molesting
Jesse
Plemons'
Plemons
character when he was a child.
when he was his babysitter.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that makes sense age-wise. Stavros, I'm pretty sure Stavros has to be younger than Jesse Plemons.
Does he look younger? I don't know.
Can you tell? I don't know. But,
Maybe it was just a few years
maybe.
older. Or
But
it
see,
was for the story.
it was kind of funny the way, just seeing Stavros, for those who know who Stavros
You
is.
immediately knew it just from his back, like
I
he was
did,
in the
because I
shot.
think I must have read somewhere and then forgotten, and then once I saw him come out of the car, I was like, oh wait, that's Stavi from
Stavros.
from Comtown and other things.
Talking about cameos, can we talk about Alicia Silverstone?
Yes,
who plays
she-
Jesse Plemons' mother.
I did not recognize her until I saw the credits.
I was like, this kind of looked. No, it couldn't be her. She was great though.
She
it
was
was a very
in her
small performance,
Very small performance.
but she was amazing. And
Yeah.
those scenes with all the needles, they were very creepy, very.
Yeah. So you
expressive.
see flashbacks from Jesse Plemons' early years, I guess, when his mom was sick, and they are very stylized.
Yes.
So they're not literal.
Yep.
And the way he chooses to visualize what his mom goes through is very beautiful.
Yes. So very. Everything looks wonderful. I find it interesting that the movie tries to give the character more backstory. We spend a lot more time outside of setting up the kidnapping and setting up all his motivations.
Yeah, but I don't think that would work. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of contrivances. Like, they would have gotten caught immediately, I think. But okay, maybe we're supposed to not think about that too much. Because I feel like doesn't she have, I don't know, wouldn't it be a lot more easy to track them? They're not very good at,
I mean,
at this.
when Stavros' character comes, he kind of has pinpointed.
Yeah, the worst cop ever kind of got it.
So yeah.
The only reason, by the way, just to clarify, the only reason why he molested Jesse Plemons is so you don't feel that bad when he gets murdered.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that wasn't necessary. Like, I feel like I didn't need to make an excuse for why the cop guy had to die. I don't know. Like, I felt like it felt unnecessary. I don't know. What do you think? I know it's a random throwaway thing, but like, what did it add other than to maybe give even more?
Keep you on the side of Teddy, I guess, a bit more. For sympathy with yours,
Okay,
perhaps.
and to maybe give even more painful backstory to his character.
Yeah. You know, he's fucked up. He's been through a lot. You sympathize with him, kind of, in
Yeah.
his delusions. Until, of course, at the very end of the film,
Well,
like in the original.
We are going to have to jump way ahead to the end because it's hard for me to talk about the film without us going there. So yeah,
Okay, so
at the very end,
yes.
it is revealed that indeed she is from Andromeda or space or something. And it's very beautiful, very interesting in the way they visualize it. It's very funny. But she is the CEO of a biotech company. And the guy, yes, he's crazy, but he is the victim of very bad circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And either I'm supposed to, like, what is the film saying about her? because at the end it is revealed that, because at one point she tells him that her mission is to actually save humanity, and we are led to believe that maybe she's trying to play along, she's trying to manipulate him. Although I kind of guess that maybe the film would end on that note, that the whole thing is actually true.
I mean, it's duality. It's either is or isn't. Like you only have like two options.
Yeah, and I guess the more interesting option is for it to be true. I don't like it though, because that means that she's right. So what does that say about CEOs in general?
Okay, so
am I expecting too much from this film and not just having fun with it? I don't know.
the way I interpret it,
Or you're supposed to maybe take the whole film as the fever dream of someone who's way into conspiracy theories. In which case, yes, the conspiracy is real and everyone dies in the end.
okay, can we talk about the name of the film? Do
Yeah,
you know what Bugonia means?
I don't know
Have
what
you Googled it?
No.
Okay, I had to Google it.
So what does it mean?
So Bugonia is, by the Wikipedia definition, it's a belief in ancient times in ancient Greece
Okay.
that the way bees are created is from the carcasses of oxes and cows.
Okay.
So they didn't know how exactly it worked, so they
Okay.
believe they were just spontaneously manifested
Okay.
from the carcasses of dead oxes.
So bees or flies though, because it makes more sense for flies.
Bees, for whatever.
Why would bees come out
So
of dead animals?
Bugonia literally means ox birth,
Okay.
birth from an ox,
Okay.
from the carcass of a dead animal.
Right.
So my very surface level, very direct, at face value interpretation of the film, why it's called like this, and what it all means is
Uh-huh.
the very cynical belief in the message that the only way to save the planet is for humanity to die. Because we start on a shot of the bees,
Yeah.
talking about the bees and how important they are and how they're in danger, and we finish on a shot of a bee, being okay and going along its way.
Yeah, because at the end the aliens decide that it's time to
Humanity
cancel this
beyond
whole
saving.
humanity project.
Yeah, and they kill everybody.
Uh-huh.
They play a very catchy song, as we see a lot of shots of dead people all over the world, and then we see a bee.
Right.
So, my interpretation so far, after a single viewing, without getting too much into it, without reading on it, or knowing too much about the intentions, the way I read it currently, is that, and kind of just scrapping the whole CEO thing for now,
Okay.
is that Zeddy was misreading the situation. He almost had it right, but he misinterpreted.
But
the
he
whole
thought
thing.
they were there to conquer the Earthlings and
And they were actually.
there to help.
It was shown that they were trying to help, but humanity is beyond safe. He was right about some kind of intervention. He was right about,
Right.
and the whole idea that what she was saying is that the reason she looks human is because humanity is kind of was seeded by
Mhm,
intelligence.
Yeah. All that stuff is interesting and it's fun.
And the
It's
fact
fun
that-
speculative sci-fi.
Yes, and the fact that she was corrupted by humanity in some way while she was.
So you're saying that, well, so you're saying that she was in a way
she was the victim. She
by,
was there to help.
but she became the CEO type because of having to play as
Yeah, you
being a
can
human.
Yeah, you can read it like that. I mean, it was said explicitly by her. The question, of course, is, do you believe it? But we see her actually being
Yeah,
the emperor of Andromeda.
yeah.
and
Well,
deciding
we
that-
also see her be a petty CEO in the beginning.
Yeah.
So, and at the end, she's kind of sad for having to give up on humanity.
And yes, and having to wipe us all.
So is the idea that she had to play along as an evil CEO because that's what's expected of her in order to fit in?
I don't know, the way I kind of...
Why should I care about her?
I have no explanation why you should care about her, but the way I can kind of explain it in my head right now is that she was put there to do a job, to do those tests, and she got carried away because of...
Then she should get
humanity.
fired.
Oh, she's the emperor though.
Okay, then
Have you
maybe
fired the head of the organization?
if... I guess maybe I'm reading the intent behind the ending the wrong way. Is it supposed to be sad or happy that everyone dies?
I think it's happy.
Then she's right.
Yeah? And
Then
that's
she
why
was right to be a shitty CEO as well.
Well, no.
You do realize how this plays into
No, I do. I understand that.
into all the things we hate.
Yes, I do.
So I am rejecting it.
Okay.
And I don't know what to say beyond that, because it's obviously very well shot, it's very well directed.
I don't think they thought about it enough.
I think they should,
Sure, that's a valid
because
criticism.
the film is coming out in a specific time and place.
Yeah, and
And
it seems to be on their mind because
you
of all the
could-
things they're name dropping.
yeah, they are name dropping and basically almost dismissively equating far right, far left. He says, I went through all that stuff, you know.
And went window shopping.
Yeah, okay. And obviously people like him exist. I'm not saying, like, he's a tragic character, but also he's narcissistic and he's convinced in his, in the correctness of his worldview.
He's exactly the type of person who will fall down a
So
conspiracy.
I
rabbit
like
hole.
that he had enough motivation to be traumatized, but also he was clearly a messed up, narcissistic kind of person who manipulated. I guess the only person that he had that could go along with him was his cousin, who was clearly mentally behind. I'm not sure if he was playing autistic or what. I don't know.
He was playing somebody with developmental issues.
Yeah. I guess developmental issues is the proper way of saying it. And I felt quite sad for him.
Yeah, it's tragic. And it's shocking when he kills himself.
It is. I mean, not sure. Again, what is it saying though? Like, what is? I'm not willing to give him the benefit of a doubt sometimes. I do think he's trying to pull shit just to shock, and I do think that he's trying to impress. I might be very wrong right now, but that's the feeling I'm getting from this film. I don't know. It might be my own sort of failure to engage with the material properly. This is not something that he wrote. It's a screenplay that I guess he liked and he joined and he directed, and obviously he has a very specific style. Nobody can take that away from him. He's obviously very talented visually and he gets amazing performances out of his actors. But I don't know, isn't the Jesse Plemons character another example of somebody? I guess he didn't have the right ideas. He didn't go too far. He just had the wrong ideas. He was in the right. He was almost
He
there.
was in the ballpark.
Okay. I don't know. Seems kind of irresponsible.
I see what you mean. I don't know if I agree. Maybe because I feel like, okay, I can see how this could be irresponsible. I guess I just didn't mind it very much because I don't think it's that deep.
It's not deep. No, I agree. I kept expecting it for it to be deeper, because of the lip service that it pays to actual issues. So I thought that there was going to be a deeper analysis of political things.
Yeah. Well, you couldn't really not name drop them in today's climate, right? Like, it will feel odd if you're making a film about like conspiracy theories and not like trying to connect it to the zeitgeist.
I don't necessarily mind making a film where the twist is that all the conspiracy theories are actually true. By the way, we should say at times they visualize the Earth from above. And at a certain point you realize, depending on how the camera is placed, you realize, oh wait, the Earth is flat. So obviously that's a jokey acknowledgement of flat earthers,
Yeah, and
basically.
then it kind of plays there's a payoff of it at the very end, because we see that what we were looking at
Was a little, it's actually quite
thing-
beautiful. The whole world is a map that she's looking at inside the alien spaceship.
Yeah, but it was playing around with all of those things.
I guess the film might work. I mean, yeah, if I am to sort of distance myself from it and not take it seriously, then maybe I could take it as an example of a worldview. In which case, none of it is true and none of it actually happened. It's all supposed to be taken as one big joke. In a way, saying this is how certain people view the world. And it's interesting that it wasn't entirely clear whether he keeps saying that he wants to save humanity, but I'm not sure. Like, I thought maybe because once he realizes that she's supposedly royalty, he starts treating her with more respect. So I thought maybe it was going to go in a direction where he actually needs an authority figure, and he actually needs a higher power for him to follow, and maybe he was going to, instead of trying to help humanity, he was going to want to just move and escape
what Donnie
humanity. That's what the other
He's covered.
character, yeah. And at the end, I'm not sure. Like, do you think at the end he still wants to negotiate, or do you think he actually just wants to leave and join the aliens? I'm not entirely sure about that.
Me neither. She kind of overpowers him at the end when he comes back after killing his mother by injecting her with antifreeze. Which is, I feel like there's also like a COVID thing or something to do with like people they injecting bleach or something like that.
There is, yeah.
But again, it's lip service.
It's
not-
lip service,
not-
exactly.
nothing more than that. Which is, I can see how this is disappointing. Also, I can see how it would have been disappointing if such little nods were not there. If you understand what I mean.
Okay.
It would
How
be
about
strange.
what if they were there but also very well developed?
Well, that would be a different movie.
Sure. Well, maybe we should talk about Yorgos overall for a bit, just so we can see, we can sort of place ourselves in how much we care about him. And,
Okay, can you tell me which was the first Yorgos film you've seen?
probably The Lobster, which I like a lot, but I like it in a sort of cold way. I mean, that's my problem with him quite often, is that I appreciate his stuff more than, like, I don't actually get much out of it emotionally, but I do appreciate it. I don't know, like a part of my brain recognizes that this is great, and I sort of nod along to it, you know, but I don't, just maybe not my thing in some weird way. I can't really explain it. Obviously Dogtooth is amazing. How do you feel about the school of thought that says that Yorgos is getting worse and worse as he's becoming more and more Hollywood friendly? Do you feel a certain disappointment with the transition that he's making from an overtly art house filmmaker to, I guess, like I said at the beginning, everyone's favorite weird director currently? Has he gone
Kind of.
Hollywood in a way? Has he gone Hollywood?
Yeah, he's gone kind of mainstream, and I feel like he's trying to step back from that. But him going mainstream has, maybe in some way, exposed some of his shortcomings. As not shortcomings, but so.
Something is making a noise when you walk. Hold on.
So, first of all, the first Yorgos Lanthimos film I've seen was Dogtooth in university, and it blew my mind. And one of the reasons it blew my mind is because he was a Greek director making a movie in Greece. Greece is right next door. Because
Yeah.
We're here in Bulgaria.
So you think, oh wow, this is
No,
an option for us. We could make something like that as well.
Why are we making stuff like
Yeah.
that? Nobody in a million years could make a movie like Dogtooth in Bulgaria.
I
It's
agree.
inconceivable, and it blew my mind. It's
I mean,
amazing
not
that
with
it was.
Bulgarian funding for sure. Maybe you can do it in other ways, but yeah, you would never get funded for a film like that.
Absolutely not. So it blew my mind. I really loved it. I still love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great film.
Skipped his next one.
I haven't seen any of his other Greek films.
Me neither. And then we skip straight to The Lobster, which I feel it's his best film still, for me.
Okay.
It's the one I love the most. I agree with you that I appreciate them aesthetically more than I like emotionally resonate with them, but I really did love the Lobster.
That's fine. I mean, that's a perfectly fine way to like a film.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can have an appreciation for somebody's art. I'm kind of the same way with like Wes Anderson in many ways. I do not.
No,
relate to
I like him more than Wes Anderson.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's more. He has more to say, which is why I'm a bit disappointed with this one.
I get more of a Lanthimos film than I do from any Wes Anderson film I've ever seen, and I've seen most of them in this film. I don't like him, but I still keep watching his films,
Okay.
hoping something would click, but I digress. Then comes Killing of a Sacred Deer, which I don't love.
I liked it quite a bit, actually.
I didn't. Something fundamentally didn't work for me, and it's very hard for me to explain what. It just wasn't hitting the same way The Lobster was.
Okay.
Something was forced, something was not clicking for me.
Interesting.
But a lot of people love it and feel like this is his best film.
I wouldn't say. I mean, Dogtooth is his best film, but I don't know. I think
You think Dogtooth is better than The Lobster?
it's more interesting. I think. I don't know.
Okay. I'm not arguing. It's just interesting in what you think. Because I really do love Dogtooth a lot.
It's weird for a filmmaker like that to become so successful, but every once in a while, the right person becomes successful. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think he necessarily sold out, but I think with
Well, he was.
becoming mainstream, there's certain compromises
Yeah.
end up happening.
You kind of have to
Yeah.
widen the
I have to
net.
confess, I still haven't seen The Favorite.
Favorite is very good.
Okay.
It's much more like mainstream and much more digestible.
And Olivia Colman is phenomenal.
She
So
is
I'm
phenomenal.
sure.
And Emma is very good.
Yeah.
And the film is generally very, very good.
Okay.
It's not my favorite one. I didn't like it. I liked it more than Killing of a Sacred Deer, I guess.
Okay.
But it is a much more conventional film.
Okay.
So if you're there for the weirdness, you might be disappointed, but it's very well made. And then we have Poor Things. which I enjoyed quite a lot.
Everyone likes Poor Things. I like Poor Things. I think I liked it more on first viewing, and then I've kind of it hasn't really lingered much in my mind. But I mean, yeah, it's very well executed, and it's it's a beautiful story. It's based on a book,
Yeah.
and I've read somewhere. I think I've listened to some hot takes about how the film fails the book because the book is very much based around Scotland, and it's by setting the British parts in London, the film is actually betraying the book. I don't know anything about that. I haven't read the book.
People have problems with that. There's also the problem of, from what I understand, a lot of the book was written from the perspective of a male character, and then at the very end we have the perspective of the female character.
Well, that's not the case in the film, though.
Yeah, who sets the record straight.
Aha. Okay, so that's different.
So it is different, and
Okay.
there's been a lot of polemic about is Poor Things actually feminist? Is it
I don't know.
failing the feminism it's supposed to?
Well, I
uphold?
think Poor Things is more feminist than this film was progressive.
Nobody has the obligation to be progressive. Like,
No, that's true. I guess it's on me for bringing in that expectation when you start your film with a CEO character who's portrayed as toxic, and I mean, I guess she's not like crazy toxic, and I understand that how if you have a female character who's a CEO, one of the ways in which you could take that is to talk about how a woman needs to play in a man's world, and sometimes to make it as a tech CEO or whatever kind of CEO in a man's world, you have to out-male the males, you have to be even more toxic. That's one direction that the film could have gone in. And I'm only saying this
I'm just
because
not interested in it.
because based on what you said, like when you say that she blames humanity for, like she kind of got poisoned by humanity, is what she says in the film. Maybe. Then the ending is a bit funnier, I guess, then, because she kind of washes her hands. She's like, whoops, I guess we failed, and let's
tried, it
destroy
wasn't worth
humanity,
saving,
but
yeah.
we are not supposed to necessarily maybe agree with them. which clashes with what you're saying about the ending being a happy one.
I feel like we are supposed to agree with them. I feel like this is the point of the literal title of the film. This is my read.
Okay.
This is why is he naming the film after the birth of something out of a carcass? Why are we starting with bees?
Well, isn't it more about naming it? The name refers to a misunderstanding or like a lack of understanding of how things work,
That also.
which kind of fits with the whole idea of the whole film being a portrayal of a misguided worldview.
Yeah, good point.
That works for me more because then I can look at the ending and be like, haha, this is how the Jesse Plemons character would imagine the world working.
Yeah, but he's dead.
Sure, but the whole film is the worldview of such a character, is what I'm saying, on a meta level, I guess, or a outside the film kind of level.
Sure about that.
No, I'm not saying that's what.
You're saying you would prefer it if it
I'm
was
kind of making it work for me, that way, because otherwise I have to believe the ending, and believe that it's a good thing, and I just can't, because I cannot believe that she has virtue. Because
she's a CEO? Is it all going back to her? You're getting kind of hung up on her being CEO.
I'm getting
more
hung
than
up on her being
an
the
Andromeda.
CEO. Yes, actually, yes, yeah. I'm getting hung up on her being the leader of a corporation which poisons the world.
We don't know if she's poisoning the world. We
Right,
know
but
that he believes that she's
those
poisoning.
corporations in real life are poisoning the world.
Sure.
And there isn't one out of 1,000 corporations that is not poisoning the world.
No, all of them are.
Yeah.
So immediately the viewers
And I don't want to.
poised to be on the side of Teddy and Donnie because we all hate the CEOs and we are all
Not
hate
all,
them.
not we all, but I do. I guess I am becoming more and more unable to engage with. I guess I'm spending too much time online. I don't know. I think Yorgos is as well because, from what I understand, he cast Stavros. From what I read, I think that he didn't even like audition him. He just chose him for that character.
A fellow Greek.
I guess that. I didn't even connect that. Okay, I thought maybe. Okay, I thought maybe he was a fan of Cometown.
Maybe he's a fan of Cometown. Also, he's Greek.
True. Yeah. Good point.
One does not preclude the other.
I don't know. You put a dirtbag leftist in your film, and I kind of expected a dirtbag like leftist reading of the film, and it's kind of failing on that front.
Sure. No, I can see it as being like disappointingly centrist, or at least not willing to engage with our worldview, or the problems that we see, or the metaphors we would like to see represented.
Yeah.
But is Yorgos Lanthimos even leftist?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know anything about his
I guess I assume that everyone who's talented is also has good opinions, which
is a very
probably
bad
not
thing
true.
There's a lot of very talented, horrible people.
Yeah, but if you true, yeah, good point.
I'm not saying. I don't want to say.
You're not saying Yorgos
Yorgos
Lanthimos is a horrible person.
No, not as of this recording. We don't have any information.
No,
that
I'm
he
not
is.
saying that. I think he didn't think about it.
I think
His concerns were not there.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing, but I just have to accept that this is not something he's interested in engaging with, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to see what else he's actually interested in engaging with, and I try to see if I
Well,
can get anything out of it.
Not to go over this over and over again, so we can talk about other aspects of the film because I don't think I'm gonna come up with any other
That's fine.
read on why I don't like it. But we can talk about the things that are good about it, maybe.
And something weird, not necessarily good or bad. I was watching the film, and I remember from watching the Save the Green Planet film, the Korean one, there was a lot of torture.
Okay.
I kind of kept waiting for this film to get more
It doesn't
violent.
really go that hard,
It doesn't go.
except for one scene.
It doesn't go that hard at all. And I was like, this is kind of almost like PG level, and then suddenly it upped the violence to like extremely comic degree at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
As it went along, it was getting more dark and more extreme and more funny in a way because it was so just overblown
Yeah.
and overblown.
Yeah, but it seems a bit immature, to be honest, at times. It seems a bit juvenile.
Yeah.
And I kind of expect more from the guy who everyone hails as the new Kubrick, Because, for example, the what was the character, the cousin character?
Donnie?
Donnie. He commits suicide at one point, which is sad. But then you cut to Emma Stone, and she gets covered with Sam Raimi levels of blood. And maybe, not maybe, it is just me, but I don't think that's fun. You know, I don't think that's necessary. It seems gratuitous. It seems like, I mean, yeah, juvenile is the best word that I can come up with. And this is obviously a guy who has a very good command of tone, and he's choosing that tone. And I'm, I guess, choosing not to engage with that. I'm not...
It's fair enough. I do feel I didn't see Kinds of Kindness. It just, I wasn't interested.
I didn't really engage with it, but it was definitely, I was really happy to watch it in a multiplex, because it's not the kind of film you would ever watch in a multiplex.
Did you like it more than Bugonia?
Yes, actually, yeah, because I wasn't angry at it. No, I do. I like Kinds of Kindness more than Bugonia, for sure. Yeah.
I felt like with Kinds of Kindness and with this film, he's kind of trying to get back to more of the Greek New Wave stuff, but in a Hollywood kind of setting, in an American English language setting, trying to do these more weirder, out there films.
Well, it seems to be working for him, because
I feel like he's getting some very mixed reactions.
Okay.
And yours is one of them. Okay. I enjoyed myself. Like, this is not my favorite Lanthimos.
I didn't necessarily not enjoy myself, but, you know, just the ending was is the issue for me.
I knew what the ending was going to be, and I was just...
No, I'm not surprised that the ending is that, because that's the more interesting ending. But then the thing is, what do you do with that? No. But I'm gonna end up repeating myself.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the crux of the film. What else can we talk about? The film is beautiful. The film is very well acted. Might have been a bit longer than it needed to be. But I'm saying this as the person who's seen the much leaner Korean version. That didn't have the backstories, that didn't try to get so much into the characters, when you actually see like a flying saucer at the end, it's very funny. It comes out of nowhere. So the tone was completely different.
Yeah. Did you think there was a clash? As I said, this was not written by him. So do you think there was a clash between the potential comedy of a scene and the way he shoots it?
I don't know. I'm sure that the script was reworked with him in mind.
Maybe, but I don't know. I think sometimes he undermined his own potential to get a laugh out of a
because he's very cold and clinical, kind of Kubrickian, as you mentioned. This is his style, and it doesn't.
No, it's an interesting clash. It's unique. You know, I can recognize that a film is his, and you know, he has a particular touch. So.
Yes,
undeniable.
I giggled. There wasn't like a laugh out loud moment.
For there to be a laugh out moment, you would need more people in the audience, I think. Because it was basically an empty theater.
Yeah, it was just like 5 people.
Yeah.
All in all, which is perfect.
I mean, yeah, I guess if it was a full theater, then people would have started complaining that the movie is not understandable or whatever, you know. So I mean, I know what Bulgarian audiences can be like sometimes.
Yeah, I don't imagine this playing very well with Bulgarian audience. I don't know when you were seeing Kinds of Kindness what the reaction of the crowd was.
I think people were just confused by the whole thing, to be honest. I think people were just bewildered because it's basically 3 short films. I didn't like the second one, but the first one and the last one kind of works for me. And
well, I have to see it eventually, just for completion.
Yeah, you should. You should.
For whatever reason, I was just watching the trailers. It was like, I'm not in the mood. This is not something I want to engage with right now. I do kind of like him working with the same stable of actors, kind of Rainer Werner Fassbinder style.
Yeah, and he's very good with them.
And he is very good with them, and they seem to enjoy working with him. Although he said that he's kind of burned out and wants to take a break for a while from making movies. And maybe making this one wasn't very fun for him.
Maybe.
And also, as I said, the critical and audience reaction has been mixed. And I see why.
Well, he's been working a lot, and he's doing it's kind of like Luca Guadagnini in a way that he says yes to everything, I think. Yeah. Not everything, obviously, but he seems to be compelled to keep working because maybe that's how it's like. When you make it into Hollywood, you kind of have to keep reasserting yourself.
Otherwise, those coals are going to stop drying up.
Maybe, because he had. So I think he had one movie per year, which is exhausting. I can only imagine.
Yeah, and those were not small productions.
No.
So I was hoping for more.
Me too.
I was hoping for more symbolism. I was hoping for something deeper and more thought-provoking, but I feel like, in retrospect, that's expecting a bit too much from him.
You think so? Well, maybe. So in a way, maybe he's a victim of his own success. In a way, like I'm expecting too much from him. Is he? Would you consider him to be a deep or like an intellectual filmmaker? Whatever that means, I guess. Your definition of it.
I'm there for the aesthetic more than anything else.
Really?
And
Okay.
The aesthetic includes things that make you feel uncomfortable
Okay.
and things that make you things that are morally gray,
Right.
but
Not necessarily like cohesive themes and things to say in a way.
I don't know if it's up to him. It's up to his collaborators and the scripts he
I guess.
decides to work on.
Yeah.
Like, I need to double check that. I'm not sure if he's written anything.
Oh, he has. No, he has. He's a co-writer on Dogtooth.
Okay.
He's a co-writer on, but he has a particular collaborator on those ones,
Mhm.
on the early Greek ones, and on the Lobster. And then the same guy came back for Kinds of Kindness.
Okay.
So he has that guy. I don't think he's ever written a screenplay by himself, but whatever. I mean, he has collaborated with people as a writer.
Sure.
And then I think with
I wasn't sure. I remember him working on the script of Doctor, but I wasn't. It wasn't fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to double check that.
Also, he, sometimes he finds a screenplay that he likes and he approaches it with his own style.
Yeah.
Look, would I recommend this film? Yes, sure, because it's interesting, it's different, and I'm all for it. I'm all for more films like that.
It's weird to see a movie like that in a Cineplex for sure.
Yeah, and always support stuff like that. This is auteur-driven cinema. It's just that they didn't click for me, and I'll have to keep thinking about it.
Okay.
It's a different kind of disappointment. Obviously, this is not Mission Impossible. It's like obviously I'm in the presence of someone who's incredibly talented,
And you just wanted more out of him.
and I want more out of him, exactly. But maybe that's not fair. Maybe not everyone needs to be politically like aligned with me, obviously. But when you pay lip service to things that are actually important and hot topics currently.
I really feel like the reason it's CEO is because CEOs are like the reptilians. They're part of the conspiracy. He's interested in playing around with the conspiracy. He's not thinking about the broader implications of it.
Which is why I keep going back to this idea that maybe I'm not articulating it very well, but looking at the whole film almost as a joke, almost as a cynical jokey portrayal of a misguided worldview, for me works better than taking the ending literally. Because that is how the world would be imagined by a Jesse Plemons kind of like character.
The thing I'm not sure about in what you're suggesting is, because if it was that, he would have been right about everything, right? He wouldn't have been wrong.
True. Yeah.
Because
True.
in the mind of a conspiracy,
He is right about everything.
he's right about everything. They need to be right.
Yeah.
They need to be on top of everything.
As it turns out, he's wrong about the specifics of it. He's wrong about the intent of the aliens.
As you said,
Although, okay, so another read maybe is that. Sorry, you were gonna say?
as you said, I was talking about Bugonia and symbolism of the name as regards to the birth of something out of death,
Okay.
and the metaphor, saving the planet by killing humanity. But you were talking about the aspect of it, of being
A misguided
misunderstanding.
yeah.
Yes, and a misguided attempt to explain something. So this is his worldview.
Yeah.
It's somewhere around the right thing, because you would see, like, because there be, I'm pretty. Maybe I'm pulling things out of my ass, but when there's cartoons that you see not only flies but other insects, because there will be like sugars and other things that like bees and wasps would be able to feed on from a carcass, and that's why.
Yes,
you
I
try
understand.
to
Yeah.
like concoct like some kind of explanation out of that.
It's looking at something and completely misunderstanding what it means. Like it's looking at the bugs that gather around the dead person and thinking, okay, the dead person is giving birth to the bugs.
Yes.
It's drawing the wrong conclusion based on a limited understanding of how the world works.
Also, something else that kind of clashes with what you're suggesting is when we find out that like Teddy is a serial killer who has murdered other people. There's been some lines that suggest that there have been others before that.
Yes.
And
so
then
he's killed a lot of people, and some of them might have been from Andromeda.
just like only we see a lot of bodies, and she asked him how many were Andromeda, and he was like 2.
Yeah.
So he's a serial killer.
True.
He's the bad guy.
True.
He's
No,
not
undeniably he's the bad
with
guy.
him as a kind of a misguided but sympathetic character. And yeah, we see a house having papers plastered on the windows, which is very like,
Reminiscent
very
of-
Teddy coded.
Also, it reminds me of Weapons a little bit.
Yeah, something's happening in this.
There's something mysterious happening in this house. Wish there was a visual component to this podcast.
So yeah, those details
Uh-huh.
make me feel like you're not supposed to accept this as a reaffirmation of his belief, or this being the twisted imagination of how he imagines the world to be, because he's wrong, and he's been proven wrong throughout the whole thing. Even with the fact that, he kills his mother
Yeah,
from
well,
like a misguided.
she kind of
desperate-
makes him do it.
Yeah, sure. And she's not a sympathetic character either.
She is not. No. I was never. I mean, obviously, I'm on her side when I believe that she's a woman trapped. I want her to get out. But I never, for a second, was on her side in terms of like I knew that she was playing them. I knew that she was probably going to turn out to be. Well, in my mind, it felt obvious that she was going to turn out to be evil. And that's why it kind of clashes with me, this idea that at the end I'm supposed to be like sympathetic to her. I can almost convince myself to enjoy the ending more if I believe that even as an alien, she is just as misguided as a CEO, in the sense that she thinks that all of this that she's been doing was for good. And at the end she's like, nah, it didn't work, let's kill the whole of humanity. But in that reading, it's not a happy ending. In that reading, it's a cynical, sad ending.
Well, wouldn't having all of humanity die with some happy music, not necessarily happy music, but up-tempo music,
Okay.
be cynical? Isn't this still a cynical ending?
Yes, but am I supposed to? Okay. Am I supposed to think that it's a good thing, or am I supposed to think that it's a bad thing?
I don't know.
I guess it's open to interpretation.
I think it's open to interpretation. She feels bad about having to do this, but she doesn't see any other option. It feels to me like the director thinks it's mostly a good thing. This is.
Well, she's almost like a deity at the end. She's a godlike character because she has control over humanity.
like CEOs. Kind of.
Yes, but that's the problem. You're actually doing a sincere equating of CEOs with deities, which I'm sure is not his intention.
It's not his
But
intention,
I think
it's
Peter
part of-
Thiel might actually jerk off to this film. Honestly, I feel as though
Did you listen to the Behind the Bastards episode?
I
about Peter
started
Thiel?
it, but I'm gonna finish it at some point.
It's very funny and very disturbing.
Exactly.
But yeah, I really don't think he's
Thinking about it, I know.
he's thinking about it.
I know.
See how this is disappointing, but if you take it just this being a riff on like conspiracy theory,
It's fun.
symbolism and lore,
I agree. It's fun.
then it's mostly fun. Like
Yeah.
I wanted more,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not-
you're talking about the film you watched, not the film you wished you watched.
Yes, I'm just accepting that this is. I quickly accepted this is not the thing I was really hoping to get, and I was just trying.
And
to
maybe I
enjoy
haven't
it.
really, because all of these films of his that I've never watched them more than once. I haven't really immersed myself in his work. Maybe I'm expecting things from him that maybe he is not even interested in delivering. That's fine. I need to acknowledge that. As it stands, the film was disappointing to me because of all the reasons that I kept repeating tonight. Still, I do recommend that people watch it because it's different and it's interesting.
It's well made.
It's well made, yeah,
Just
and it's
wasn't interested in engaging with the things that we were hoping it would engage with.
yeah.
And I guess I
I have to say, I think it's surface level. Whatever engagement it does, I think it's surface level.
Yeah, and you could say that this type of kind of detached shooting style that he has.
It clashes with the, like, this film could have been much more of a roller coaster, thrill ride, but his detached way of shooting sort of clashes with that.
I agree. I was thinking about that because if you see the Korean film, it's much more exactly what you imagine this could have been in the hands of another director.
Yeah, because maybe then at least I would have laughed more, you know, which not saying that would have made the film better, but
if you're gonna approach it with a kind of art house,
exactly the way he
style.
Shoots creates expectations that he doesn't cover thematically. And when that happens, that's when the word pretentiousness starts getting thrown around. Which it's not a fair thing for me to say maybe, but it's how I feel right now, obviously, in our podcast about immediate reactions.
I feel similar to you, I'm just not bummed by it.
Okay.
I'm not...
Okay, fair enough,
This
fair
is
enough.
not my favorite Lanthimos film by far.
And you said your favorite one is The Lobster.
The two favorites are Dogtooth and The Lobster.
Okay.
It's hard for me to decide which I like more. I feel like I was more wild with Dogtooth when I saw it. I felt like the substance of The Lobster, it was more fleshed out, I guess. There was more going on. I really loved the ending of just the pure dread and tension of the ending of The Lobster. So those are my two favorites. It's hard for me to decide which one I like the most. Maybe The Lobster.
Okay.
But I really love the Dogtooth as well. And he's never reached those heights for me since. And I've kind of stopped
Expecting it.
expecting and hoping.
Okay.
And now I just want to see something beautiful.
Well, it is beautiful.
It is beautiful. It is well acted. Is it surface level? Yes. Could have this been much more like a crowd pleaser if it was shot not in his style? Yeah. Again, anybody who's interested, please see the Korean one. It's a lot of fun. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. There's a lot of tonal clashes as well, but they work in this kind of dark comedy thing. When it clashes, it just makes you laugh because it's so out there.
Yeah.
And this one, as we said, is much more distant, colder.
It's also, I think, honestly, a little bit disrespectful towards the real pain that it portrays. Like, the thing that the character has gone through, the Jesse Plemons character. The film invokes actual sadness, but to what purpose? You know, it's not actually saying anything. And when you talk about, when you portray somebody, when you portray,
they have a reason to be.
but when you portray a mentally ill person suiciding themselves, and when you portray, I don't know, a cop sort of talking about the one time he molested someone, I do kind of want more out of the film, because I do think a lot of it was just there for
shock value.
For the sake of it being interesting, I guess.
Sure.
Intentionally.
I feel like it would have been. It was trying to give more depth by giving you an explanation why this person is like that. So you are kind of sympathetic to it. He's a monster. He's done horrible things. You get where he's coming from.
Okay.
I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's just kind of.
Приятно пътуване утре.
Merci.
Sorry, go back.
I didn't see it as disrespectful. I didn't feel it as disrespectful. Is it maybe not enough? Sure, the whole thing is kind of surface level. And again, nothing wrong with surface level. It's at least very entertaining, and this was not as entertaining as it could have been.
It was not as entertaining as Weapons, which was also quite surface level.
Yeah, but it was a lot more fun because it was going in all different directions.
Clearly, he's not interested in making it fun. I mean, obviously, he knows exactly what he's doing.
I feel like this is the only way he can do it.
Yeah.
This is his thing. I respect it.
Then I hope that
I'm there
he
for it. I want
hooks
to
up
see
with a
more.
better screenplay or with a more appropriate pairing of material and director next time.
I mean, even the clash is interesting.
Yeah, of course it's interesting, of
Just
course.
out of like a film nerd who wants to learn things, it's interesting to see this and kind of think of what works and what doesn't work, why it doesn't work for you,
Yeah.
what you can take away
I agree.
for like your own project.
I agree. I mean, it's interesting to, because I don't think it's coming from a sincere place. I don't think he's trying to make his style more weird. I think this is honest to God the way he sees the world. This is the way he would shoot anything. Like
Yeah,
any screenplay you give him, this is how he would shoot it.
I think so.
And that is interesting. I agree. I think this is an honest expression of who he is as a visual stylist, as a filmmaker. But I do think it's style over substance.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, more so than in any other of his previous films. Although I haven't seen all of them.
Well, again, I agree with you. I just don't mind it as much.
Okay, sure.
Which is all I can say. I have no like very
Then
strong
maybe
feelings
it's
about this.
possible that because he's become so hyped up, then maybe I'm coming in with expectations that I wouldn't have if this was directed by, I don't know, Joe Schmo, I don't know, anyone. Like some random director who makes genre film.
Yeah, and again, like the director is not responsible for the way he's perceived, and the way he's been hyped by like a community,
True.
especially an online community.
Seems like, yeah, he's the, I don't know, he's a signifier for like smart cinema in a way, you know. It's not exactly the same as what Christopher Nolan became, because it's obviously completely different, but it's an example of how Americans can sometimes pick someone who makes them feel smart for liking their stuff. I know that sounds very dismissive, but that's kind of the direction that he's going in. And I guess that's what it takes for you to become successful in Hollywood, maybe, I don't know.
Just be right on the verge when
Of-
you're
exactly, be
accessible, but
exa-
still snobbish enough so people
Exactly,
can
exactly,
feel smart for liking.
exactly. And if you can be there, you will have a success, and if you get a few films in, you will have a successful Hollywood career as a respectable filmmaker.
Yeah.
And the other way to do it is to be a complete sellout, obviously.
Yeah, and I don't think he's a complete sellout.
Obviously not.
There is a conversation maybe if this is his style because he wants it to be, because he's incapable of doing anything else. How much is it like a deliberate choice and how much is just this is what I do? I mean, how much this is how I see the world and this is how much of it is this is what has worked for me, I'm going to stick to it.
Oh yeah, well there's no way of
There's no
knowing
way
that,
of
yeah.
knowing. I like the guy. I'm still going to see any new film he comes up unless
Yeah,
it's
for sure.
anything I'm just
Of course.
not interested at all. I'm mostly, other than Kinds of Kindness, for whatever reason, I'm going to see it eventually. So, I would, if he wants to take a break, it's well deserved.
Of course.
He's a very hardworking man, and who has made things I have enjoyed. I enjoyed this. It could have been better. It could have been a completely different film, but it's not. It is what it is. I enjoyed my time with it. I accept that it's not going to be as deep or as interested in saying something more
Mhm.
than it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I just don't mind it. I agree with pretty much everything you've said so far.
Okay.
I'm just not angry at the film.
All right, fine.
It is what it is. And usually I feel like I'm usually the person who goes ranting about CEOs and corporations. For whatever reason, it just didn't bother me here because it just felt like he was approaching from a completely different angle from like the.
Well, he wasn't really approaching it, like he was just, again,
He's playing around with the reptilian idea
of conspiracies.
CEOs
yeah.
and high government officials controlling the world because they're aliens.
Yeah, well, it shows, it portrays a sort of superficial understanding of the world on his part.
Yes.
But I guess filmmakers don't have to be political intellectuals. They can just be talented visual stylists.
Maybe it's better if they're not political intellectuals.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
For the sake of the films
There's a
being
lot-
fun, or
No,
not being
because I feel
didactic, or
again, a lot of talented people have horrible politics and horrible worldviews. And if you're a talented person with horrible worldview, I feel like you can make a lot of damage as well. Because you can create some effective propaganda for some very bad ideas. Just by knowing how to appeal to emotions.
I guess
But this is like a completely different.
it's not him though. That's not.
Completely different.
Yeah.
That's not him. That's. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Do I recommend it? I feel it's worth saying.
Mhm.
Don't expect it to blow your mind. Don't expect it to be revolutionary or very deep at all.
Mhm.
But I did enjoy it aesthetically, and I felt it was good filmmaking, great acting, beautifully shot, interesting music choices.
Yeah, yeah. The score was interesting.
Yeah. And it's not more than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
It's an enjoyable time. And if there's any symbolism I'm missing, of course, maybe if we do like
A return,
like
like
year-end
yeah, we're
kind of
going
thing.
to. We're going
I
to.
feel like we need to do an episode where we just go through all the things we've
Yeah,
seen
absolutely.
throughout the year and say how we feel now, because there are some changes.
Yeah,
we need
we'll
to
get
address.
there. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, not saying what it is right now.
Not everything has a happy ending.
Yes, nothing has aged as well in my mind as I would have liked.
Yeah, but we will talk about that in some future episode.
Yes. And maybe if I do some reading and do some more analysis, if I see this again and I get a different take and I read somebody smarter than me that has a specific insight, I'm gonna parrot it because that's what we do. That's what I do at least. I don't want to put this on you.
If any of our listeners are the kind of listeners who like to derive their opinions based on the podcast they listen, please don't do it with us.
Yeah,
Because
we're
this is a
already doing this.
podcast about having a first reaction to something and then potentially disagreeing with our own first reaction. So don't take anything we say ever as any kind of gospel, please.
Yeah, but hopefully if we tell
Hopefully
you
it's
to
a
see
conversation.
film,
It's a conversation starter. Hopefully.
yeah, but hopefully if we tell you to see a film and you see it, you would have not regret listening to us.
No. Of course, I
And
think.
that's the most we can hope for, I guess. So yeah, go check out Bugonia. It was interesting.
Yeah.
I was hoping for more. Not necessarily disappointed I didn't get it.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed, but it's fine. That's moving on to the next one. And I do think Yorgos is talented, and I look forward to whenever he makes something that I like more. And that's it.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Bye bye.
Cinema Strolls is an independent podcast brought to you by Hot Potato Studio.
Hosted by me, Roman Pessarov.
And me, Angel Radev.
Production, graphic design, and editing by me, Noura Al Kadri. Music by Angel Radev.
You can find us everywhere at Cinema Strolls. Follow us on Instagram and support us on Patreon and Ko-fi.
Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Make sure to rate us, it really helps our show.